Welcome back, Defenders. Jake here. Ukraine had a pretty exciting Christmas. Ukraine's Air Force strikes Russian fleet ship in Crimea. Kyiv said it had destroyed the Novocherkassk fleet ship off the Crimean Peninsula, suspected of carrying drones for use in Moscow's war against Ukraine. So the pictures and videos are everywhere online. Russia can't hide this. Russia can't lie about this. I'll link these videos down below if you want to see a pretty massive fireball. And the reason why this was caught on video is a British Storm Shadow cruise missile hit the ship. The ship was already on fire when people started filming it in the area. This massive fireball is from a secondary explosion. This could be ship fuel, but more than likely this ship was about to unload missiles or drones or artillery shells, and Ukraine successfully got it before it unloaded. The remains of the ship are still there at the dock, lying at the bottom of the harbor. Where did this happen? And this happened on the eastern part of the peninsula in Feodosia. The Black Sea Fleet doesn't feel safe anymore operating out of Sevastopol. They view this harbor, this port, as more safe and secure. But this Storm Shadow cruise missile sliced through all of Russia's air defense systems. Their navy is defenseless as long as they continue docking on the peninsula of Crimea. This is what the ship looked like before it was destroyed. Looked pretty impressive. And this secondary explosion ripped apart the city of Feodosia. I can show you a couple videos. This is the train station. This is half a kilometer away from the dock. Windows blown out, drywall on the floor. This was a pretty nasty explosion. Here's a local reporter in Feodosia talking about debris of the ship landing up to 1 kilometer away.
Для российского порта можно встретить множество фрагментов обшивки большого десантного корабля «Новочеркасск». Сегодня ночью он получил повреждения. Вот такие достаточно крупные фрагменты можно встретить в Феодосии. Такой элемент, он, кстати, попал в землю, буквально вот почти на метр вошел. Представляете, с какой силы был удар, и вот в домах.
Some cities pay pretty good money for street art this nice. Maybe the Russians should leave it. And for those of you at home playing Black Sea Fleet bingo, you can cross another ship off your board. Eventually, Ukraine is going to get every single one of these ships. As Russia's air defense systems continue to worsen and Ukraine's combat capabilities increase, they're going to get all of these ships. And as far as the claims that this ship was unloading Iranian drones, I don't know how that's possible. Unless this ship went through Russia's unified deep water system, it's the canal locks to get to the Caspian Sea. I don't have the intelligence, but if that ship was carrying Iranian drones, then the ship had to have gone through the canal network to get to the Caspian Sea, picked them up in Tehran, and then sailed back to the Black Sea. Possible, but an interesting course rather than just using trains. Russian nuclear-powered cargo ship catches fire in the Arctic. Ukraine had nothing to do with this. This is just Russia being Russia. And here's the big story from the last 2 days. Ukraine downs 2 more Russian fighter jets. It brings the total in recent days to 5. Russia also claimed to have downed a number of Ukrainian aircraft over the past 24 hours, but has yet to provide any evidence. This was a Christmas Day attack from the Russians. They launched cruise missiles and Iranian drones. Most of them were intercepted, and Ukraine got another 2 fighter jets. This time a Su-34 and a Su-30. So the Russians, not to be outdone, showing weakness and insecurity, they lost 5 jets in less than a week. They put out on social media that they shot down 6 F-16 fighter jets. They even, on Russian social media, posted this picture. The problem is you can Google image search where this picture came from, and this article is from 2018 from Belgium. So no, Russia's not shot down any F-16s, but probably by next week they'll claim they've shot down 20. According to the Institute for the Study of War, Russia is reducing their aviation activity in the occupied territories after losing 5 fighter jets in a single week. Zelensky to Russian pilots, our air defense systems will only get stronger. And this is where the mystery comes in. How is Ukraine shooting down all these jets? The assumption was in the Kherson region that this was a Patriot air defense system, but these other 2 jets, one was shot down over the Black Sea and one was shot down over Mariupol. So unless this is multiple Patriots moving around, there might need to be another explanation. Friend of the channel, Anders Puck Nielsen, on his video yesterday claimed F-16s might already be in Ukraine, and that is how they successfully shot down these 5 jets in only a couple days. I'm going to disagree with Anders. I think if F-16s were in Ukraine, there'd be pictures and videos of them flying around at low altitudes. Yes, Ukrainian civilians shouldn't be filming such videos, but people are people, and if the jets were already in Ukraine, I think there would already be pictures and videos of them flying in the sky. But what Ukrainian pilots are most excited about getting these F-16s is the radar system. The AN/APG-68 has a long range of 184 miles and 296 kilometers. So once Ukrainian pilots are flying these F-16s, they're going to see Russian jets and Russian helicopters before the Russians can see them. Gives these pilots a huge advantage fighting in the skies. They can then fire off an AMRAAM. This is an advanced medium-range air-to-air missile. This missile, which is going to be provided with the F-16s, has an operational range of 160 kilometers. Travels at Mach 4 speed. Russia's not going to shoot them down. And once the F-16s get a lock, Russian pilots are in trouble. Flying combat missions, helicopters or planes in the occupied territories is probably going to be the deadliest job in the Russian military going into 2024. So any day now, Ukraine will finally get their F-16s, and we're going to see in real time how this is going to impact the battlefield. Alexei Navalny was finally found. Navalny found in Arctic prison after disappearing for 3 weeks. Highest possible level of isolation given to Russia's imprisoned opposition leader. Putin's not messing around. With his election coming up in March, he wants to kill, imprison, isolate all agitators. Anyone suggesting into the minds of the ordinary Russian people that they should be voting for and supporting anyone else than Putin. So where the heck is Navalny? He's at an infamous Arctic penal colony, IK3. Where the heck is this located? And here it is on the map. This is Moscow, where Navalny was being held. And more than likely, it took him 3 weeks to be delivered to this Arctic penal colony. I'll zoom in for you, and we can just kind of look at it together. Let's flip to Google satellite images, and it looks like there's some kind of mining activity that they forced the prisoners to do. But there's no getting out of this town. There's no airstrip, there's no roads. The only way in and out is this single rail line. So unless the prisoners rise up and steal a train, there's no hope of escape from getting out of Karp, this IK3 penal colony. And if you want to understand what Navalny is going through right now, I can always recommend the book, One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. This is a bestseller about what life in a Soviet concentration camp really looks like. They actually turned this book into a movie. It was made in 1970, and somebody uploaded the entire thing on YouTube. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. I've watched it myself with my dad. It's a very interesting film, but this is who the Russians really are, and who they've always been. Imprisoning people for their political beliefs, and then sending them to an Arctic prison camp in isolation to die in the snow. Why does this prison camp in the Arctic still exist? The Soviet Union collapsed 30 years ago, and the Russians never got rid of it, just in case. They wanted to imprison the opposition leader of their country and intimidate other would-be political rivals. For fun, on Google Maps, I asked Google, how can I get to IK3 from Moscow? It says there's no direct route, so you can't take the bus. But Russia's got a victory. In the comments section, Russian trolls are feeling a bit peppy, given that Russia claims they've captured the eastern Ukrainian village of Marinka. Here is a video. They were very eager to make this video of Shoigu meeting with Putin in the war room to let him know the regular Russian military has captured the village of Marinka. The pre-war population of Marinka was less than 10,000 people, and this is Russia's great victory. Every person has left or been killed, every building destroyed. This village has been destroyed for 2 years, but Ukraine pulled back to more advantageous positions, and Russia now gets to occupy the rubble. And I can't emphasize enough, for the second most powerful military in the world, this is humiliating. For your defense minister to meet with your president to celebrate taking a village with a pre-war population of less than 10,000. Russia, you're supposed to be a superpower. And let's zoom in on the map. This is Avdiivka, currently under assault. Marinka is to the south. This magenta is what the Russians controlled 2 years ago. And in 2 years, they managed to go 3 kilometers to take Marinka, and Russia's taken hundreds of thousands of casualties. Okay, to the Russian trolls in the comments section, if you want to declare this a huge victory, you do you. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue talking about and sharing all these horrific videos of Russian soldiers being absolutely annihilated on the battlefield. If you don't spend time on Telegram or Twitter, you're not seeing these videos because other platforms, for obvious reasons, censor them. But I'm going to link these down below. If you're feeling adventurous today and want to see some gruesome participating in these meat wave attacks. Here's a video of Russia, of a BMP abandoning their own soldiers. Here's a drone video that's pretty gnarly. Here's a drone drop video that's pretty brutal. And I got one more for you I'm not even going to describe, but if you don't have a strong stomach, don't watch this video. I warned you. I'll link them down below. But the world needs to see these videos of what is happening to these Russian soldiers, being sent to their deaths by their commanders, so that occasionally they can capture a village with a pre-war population of less than 10,000 people. We got one good news story for today. Latvia has handed over 271 cars they've seized from drunk drivers and delivered them to Ukraine. Thank you so much, Latvia. I love this program. Final clip I have for you. I hope the music isn't going to get muted for copyright reasons, but I'm going to try and play it. But it's a Ukrainian defender singing Carol the Bells in front of the St. Sophia Cathedral in Kyiv.
Щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка, стала собі щебетати, господаря викликати. Вийди, вийди, господарю, подивися на кошару, там овечки покотилися, ягнячки народились. Тебе товар весь хороший, будеш мати мірку грошей. Тебе товар весь хороший, будеш мати мірку грошей. Тебе жінка чорноброва, хоч не гроші, то полова. Тебе жінка чорноброва, щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла.
That's all for this update video. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. If you found this video informative, give me a thumbs up. Best way to support the channel. Comments and questions, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. Till the next video, keep defending the truth, keep defending democracy.